Welcome to Dark Celtic History. Between 1563 and 1763, Scotland was a country in turmoil, from religious power struggles to outright paranoia. This is what fueled the Scottish witch trials. Now, belief in witchcraft was common during the Middle Ages, but leaders of the Catholic Church were largely skeptical, seeing it as folklore rather than something sinister. Lawyers were only interested in cases where harm was alleged to have taken place, and some high-profile political cases have been recorded, including the case of John Stewart, Earl of Mar, for allegedly using sorcery against his brother King James III in 1479. Now, cases like this were rare. However, as Scotland was plunged into turbulence of the early modern era, attitudes began to change. New laws were formed, and Scotland found itself in the grip of several witch trials and even witch hunts. The passing of the Witchcraft Act of 1563 made witchcraft, or even consulting with witches, a capital offense. As a result, it is estimated that 4,000 to 6,000 people were tried for witchcraft, and that more than 1,500 people were executed. Approximately 75% of those who were accused were women. In 1560, the Scottish Parliament made Scotland officially a Protestant country. However, what this legislation did not do was set down what powers the church might be granted with in respect to those who disobeyed the tenets of this newfound faith. Indeed, the new church had barely come to terms with its own new powers and the implications for governing its congregation when the fervor about witches began to ramp up. So when the Witchcraft Act was passed, the Scottish Parliament, it had immediately deadly consequences. It was a time of great change in Scotland, a time when your religious affiliation could make or break a monarch or send you to your death for no reason at all. Lutheran ideas had reached Scotland in 1525, plunging the nation into the Reformation. Under the watchful eye of John Knox, Scotland eventually became a Protestant country. Knox initially was a follower of Luther, but later adopted the ideology of John Calvin. Now, both Luther and Calvin held the belief that witchcraft was a crime of such serious nature that it merited the death penalty. John Knox played a significant role in drafting the Scottish Witchcraft Act and was influenced by the beliefs of his role models. Now, the question that they were facing was what constituted ungodliness. It would soon become apparent that the new regime viewed the world solely in black and white, zero tolerance for anything unholy. Significantly, the Witchcraft Act did not define what formed an act of witchcraft, nor did it mention the demonic pact initially. Those enforcing the Witchcraft Act were more concerned with putting an end to superstition and a belief in magic. Magic was the ritualistic use of an object or words in the form of a spell to achieve a desired outcome. Now, this could be in the form of healing, fortune-telling, love potions, finding lost or stolen goods, and protective and good luck charms. It was believed that illness was caused by malign spirits, which could be removed by transferring it to another person or object. Of course, if someone could perform good magic, then the converse had to be also true. Magic could be used to cause harm. Now, their ignorance of the world and their fear of God's wrath and love of a newfound power led them to commit atrocities on a grand scale in the name of God.